Gayle King is very upset that we don't think she's an astronaut after she went to space this week with Katy Perry and Jeff Bezos' fiance and a couple of other people who have gotten way too much Botox. So they go up there, of course, for like 10 minutes, and it's cool. Like, I'm not saying that they shouldn't have gone or it's not cool that they went. It's cool. It's great, showing off the technological advancements of Bezos and his team is awesome. But it's a very easy thing to make fun of because it was so bizarre. The people they chose to go to space, not exactly regular folks. And then they come down and they act like they just landed on the moon and they did all the work and they were so proud of themselves when they basically just put on a suit and kind of sat there for 10 minutes. So Gayle King yesterday responded to some of the critics, and the critics are, all over the map. And, well, the victimization card is a real one, even when you're Gayle King.
This is what bothers me.
Oh,
because
gosh.
I've certainly read some of the things online, coming from people that I know, that I like, that I consider friends.
She likes us, guys. She likes us.
And this is what I would say to that. Space is not an either or. It's a both and. And because you do something in space.
Does that qualify for your bizarre quotes that mean nothing, John?
Oh, there's a bunch of them in all of these.
Space is not an either or.
Mm-hmm.
It's an and then. What did you lose brain cells up there? What does that mean?
Doesn't mean you're taking anything away from Earth. And what you're doing in space is trying to make things better here on Earth. What Blue Origin wants to do is take the waste here and figure out a way to put it in space to make our planet cleaner. I mean, Jeff Bezos has so many ideas, and the people that are working there are really devoted and dedicated to making our planet a better place. That's number one. Number two, have you been? Have you been? If you've been and you still feel that way after you come back, please let's have a conversation. Number three, please don't call it a ride. That is not a friggin' ride. Whenever a man goes up, you have never said to an astronaut, boy, what a ride. We duplicated the same trajectory that Alan Shepard did back in the day.
Stop! No! But
I'm getting pissed now.
No.
How dare you?
No, Gayle King, you did not go there. You did not put yourself and your ride in the same sentence of Alan Shepard, did you? Now, Alan Shepard was an actual astronaut. In 1961, he became the second person and the first American to travel into space. In 1971, he became the fifth and oldest person to walk on the moon at age 47. Alan Shepard prepared his whole life. And frankly, going into space in 1961 is a little bit different than going to space in 2025. That was the point of this whole thing. The point was to show, hey, look, regular people can go to space and they don't have to have, frankly, any preparation for it. They don't have to do anything to make it happen. Let's be clear. The people on the Blue Origin flight, they didn't do anything. That's why they're not astronauts. Jeff Bezos can call them astronauts. He dubbed the all-female crew astronauts. They're not astronauts. Because according to the FAA, since none of the crew members actually played a direct role in piloting the flight, they are classified as space travelers rather than astronauts. And let's be clear on Alan Shepard, a guy who prepares his whole life for that moment. Shepard, goes to the Naval Academy. He gets into the business right away, and he was an instructor at the Test Pilot School. He then entered the Naval War College in Newport, Rhode Island, graduated in 1957, became an aircraft readiness officer on the staff of the Commander-in-Chief Atlantic Fleet, and by this time, he had logged more than 3,600 hours of flying time, including 1,700 hours in jets. That is 4 years before he goes into space. That is 3,600 hours of flying time more than the entire Blue Origin team. And you've got Gayle King saying we're basically Alan Shepard thing here. Please, it's cool that you went. I'm not upset that you went. I think it's awesome. I think it's great that you now can go to space by just putting on a suit and sitting there for 15 minutes. That's awesome. But, man, please don't turn yourself into a victim. Please, John.
Right? And when we say they went up on a ride, then you don't say that when a man comes down that he took a ride, and so they try to make it that, too.
If Bezos
right?
had done it, I'd call it a ride, too.
Yes.
Like,
well, there have been several rides before this one.
Oh, that's a good point as well.
Yes, they're not the first.
Bezos took the first ride.
Yeah, he took the first ride. It was just as absurd. The difference is this got so much media attention.
Mm-hmm.
That's why this one may be getting more criticism because it's gotten so much more media attention.
Well, they call them a crew. They didn't pilot anything.
No.
They just kind of hung on and did their little circle and carried the dandelion around and that kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, am I going to call myself, a captain in the police department after I do a ride along? I mean, it's the same idea. No, I'm just a guy who sat there and kind of watched it. That's what you do.
Pretty much. No one called that a ride. It was called a flight. It was called a journey, because a ride implies that it's something frivolous or something that's lighthearted. There was nothing frivolous about what we did. And
what about when Katy Perry was singing, "What a Wonderful World"? I mean, they're literally sitting there singing to each other. And they want to act like they're, on Apollo 13 here. You got to be kidding
carrying the
me.
daisy around. Well, not the daisy, nothing frivolous there.
and the machine that we were on, and what it took for the people to get that machine up and running, to get us up and get us back down safely. So, I'm very disappointed and very saddened by it. And I also say this, what it's doing to inspire other women and young girls, please don't ignore that. I've had so many women and young girls reach out to me, and men too, by the way, that say, wow, I never thought I could do that, but I see you doing it at this stage of my life. Who would have thunk it? Not me. And how inspired they are.
I'm just glad that now they can define man and woman again, at least for this conversation. They'll be back to forgetting what a man and a woman is when it suits their needs. John in Independence, go ahead, big dog.
There's roller coaster rides that are more challenging than what they did. For crying out loud. They act like it's like they broke new ground and going into the heavens and stars. They were it was like a controlled little capsule that went up and went down. I mean, and it's like they're acting like that. Oh my God, this is driving me crazy.
Do not talk about the Rosa Parks of space travel like that, okay?
Oh
That's enough out of you. That's enough.
My gosh.
Thank you. 913-408-795. Jeez. Some people can't help themselves but play the victim card, even when it's totally unnecessary. It's like, just enjoy the trip. It's really cool. Come back down, but let's put it in perspective here. Not an astronaut. Hate to break it to you.